Hi, in this project I'll explain how I recycle the small cream cheese box. I'm always looking for ways to mail more in a smaller package, and this works. This can be mailed flat, and when the recipient receives it, they can fold it up into the box. I'm just going to show you how I got the box ready, and then how I painted it, and then how I sewed in the little signatures. And as far as decorating it, that's up to you. Have fun and enjoy the process. Okay, so grab your little box, whatever you're using, and obviously open it up. On the inside of this one, it's a nice white matte finish, so it doesn't require sanding the whole surface, but you do need to use a fingernail file or sandpaper and sand off any of the glue bumps or where the paper's torn, places like that. On the other side, it is a glossy finish, so you do need to pre-sand that before you paint it so your paint sticks. Okay, ready to paint. I'm just grabbing my backdrop paper, and I'm grabbing some opaque white and my brayer tool. I love to paint with this brayer. I just love it. This is a little swatch I'm trying to match. When I do this technique, I always use 3 colors, occasionally a 4th one, and a metallic. And I always apply my paint to paper because I love the texture that I get after rolling through the paint on the paper and then rolling to the surface I'm painting. This footage is greatly speeded up for your convenience, and I just wanted to explain how I apply the paint. I pick it up off of the paper, and then when I apply it to the surface, I'm just barely touching it and rolling, and I also turn the brayer as I do that roll, and then pick it up again and move it to a different area, and touch, roll, and turn. It's kind of fun. Here I just grab a handy wipe and blend the damp paints in trying to cover up all of the white from the background. I don't like any of the background, paper, black, white, doesn't matter what color, to show through when I do this process. I don't know why, I just don't want it. I'll add in my white if I want it. Okay, so after blending the background, I can still see the words showing through, so I'm starting all over with my opaque white, and you'll see that this wasn't enough, and later I grab the wipe and apply it directly to the place that's bothering me. So I'm picking it up and pressing it into the paint that's on the paper. Again, I'm after the texture, and I'm actually trying to get that color in a specific place. Now I'm adding the metallics. I generally apply the metallic very heavily, and then I'll go over it again with the colors. It allows the metallics the fresh paint itself to sparkle through in places and then just barely show through the other colors. Most all the other colors I've used are transparent. Okay, to the other side. And you'll notice I picked this up and I peeked to see what I just painted. Like I forgot. I don't know how to explain it, but I needed to see it to fixate on the colors so I can paint something complementary on this side. Not as detailed, but complementary. And I just ended up using the same colors as before, but I diluted them dramatically with water. Peeking again. Okay, and finally I'm adding homemade sparkle spray, except it plugs up the sprayer, so I just put it in a regular bottle and pour it on and blend it around with my fingers. It works. Okay, on with the signatures. I'm just showing you a pile of paper that I have to make signatures with and my cutter. I'll leave the dimensions for the signatures that fit in this box in the description below for you. That's the signature I'm going to, it's just got journaling places in it. And I'm attaching it to the bottom and a side flap. You'll see it better later. And that's the bigger signature that I'm attaching to the, what I'm calling the spine of the box. Okay, I use cotton crochet thread. It's size 10. You can use whatever you want. Ribbons, lots of things can be used for sewing in the bindings. And a regular needle. This needle has a double eye. The first eye is open and you slide the threads over the top and then it slides down into the second eye where it gets caught. I'm not using a template here. Normally you would. I'm just poking my holes with a T-pin, which is what I also use on regular or larger journals. The important thing is to make sure that you place your signature off of the fold of whatever you're sewing it to. If your signature is 1/4 of an inch thick, move it 1/4 of an inch away from that fold. And I'm just putting these in about 1/4 of an inch from the top and the bottom and one in the center. I always use the 3 holes. It seems to work. And so here I did it the wrong way. And I want my threads on the inside, not on the outside. So if you wanted to do it the other way, you could add a dangle to that edge. And you just go in through the center and back up through the top and the bottom, and then all the way over to the top of the bottom and back up through the center. When you pull your threads tight, you want to pull them the same direction that you came through. So if you came through from the bottom, you want to pull that thread up towards the top. And then tie it in a knot or a bow or whatever you like. Okay, with a larger signature, I was going to do it the same way I did the other one, but decided that I'll be a little bit more precise. It has more pages. So I'm just marking my holes in it. First the center, and then to the top or the bottom. And then I fold it and lay it down on the spine, and just pencil mark the spots where I want to poke the spine. Normally you would lay your template on your spine and then mark the holes that way, but this works. Because the needle I use, it has a sharp point as opposed to the dull ones that most people would sew their bindings with. When I'm going through back inside, I go through it page by page so that I get it in the hole per each page. and it's not really difficult. It just takes a little bit more time to finger through each page, but that way I don't poke new holes in them, and the signature won't become tight until you pull the threads tight at the very end. It works. So I'm just tying these in a double knot, and I'm cutting one shorter and one longer. The long one will be used as a bookmark, and then I made some little hearts just to dangle off the ends of the thread. So, all done. So, you can cover your box any way you want to. Whatever you enjoy doing with your mixed media, papers, clippings, anything. And you could also add a magnet to the flap part, but this box really holds its shape.